There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
I'm so happy. That's good. All right, should we go? All right, that's Marcus. I'm Ben, and then we got over that guy. We got over there. We got that guy over there. Who is that fellow? He's mysterious.
Hold your gems in your hand to feel the healing power of Earth's nodes.
Whoa!
Yes, welcome to the age of Aquarius, my friend.
I don't want to go.
Take your shirt off,
nodes.
Girls. I'm the president of the new age.
I feel like that's how everybody got laid in the 60s.
Everybody,
This is really
show
what
me
it
your
worked.
butt. Yeah, we're going to do some meditation while nobody's got any clothes on.
Is this still about protesting the Vietnam War? I don't understand why we're here anymore.
The war is never going to stop unless we play groovy enough tunes. That's not true.
The
Hippies lost!
Hippies lost. War will always be around.
I think today we're taking a departure from some of the
Macabre.
For the most part.
Macabre.
There's some in there. But basically we're talking about energy lines. And
Energy.
Ley lines. Earth.
Ley lines.
Energy. Harnessing the power of the dolphins.
That's a good dolphin, right?
And don't put some dolphin noises in there.
Oh, of course.
Hey
but
there, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Get off my ass! Dolphins rape.
They actually rape, knowingly rape.
but
They
don't forget
love
about
to
the
the sound of a dolphin
Whales.
getting raped.
No, the dolphin's bigger, friendlier brother, the
The
whale.
whale. Oh, look, big whales come into play.
And also a group of the worst pieces of shit on the face of the planet, people known as indigo children.
Indigo children. Let's get to this Earthlines situation.
Now, Earthlines is something I started researching because we've talked about a number of times on the podcast a thing called reptilians and the war going on between human bloodline and the reptilian bloodline. It's
Coming
happening right
soon.
now. I'm going to say right now, you can't even forget about it.
You can't
All
see
right.
it, you can't feel it, you can't smell it, but it's happening, people.
But a number of people mention all the time that a part of what the war between the reptilians and humans is that it's occupying enemy territory. And the idea is that and they kind of blow this off all the time, is that the Earth is surrounded in this energy grid, and that a lot of important places, such as Stonehenge, the pyramids,
Your
various
Wi-Fi situations with your internet porn when
Yes.
you're watching it on their Amtraks.
I'm trying to stream Dragnet again.
Absolutely.
Loving Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd
Bring
in
it back.
But at the same
Detective
time-
Friday. That's a day. That's not a name. That's not a name.
Tom makes with his cheeseburger phone.
This makes me think of fucking Juno, and I want to set the world on fire.
That's sad. Sad.
Fucking hate Juno!
Let's get back to Earthline.
Come at me!
No, it's fine.
You want to talk about fucking Juno?
This is what happens when Henry talks about a romantic comedy called Juno, or a dark romantic
Fucking
comedy.
hate
I
Juno.
guess. It's
So
bad.
bad.
That's okay.
So bad.
It doesn't matter.
It's a shitty town in Alaska.
Okay. That's good. At least we're getting closer to Earth and Earth lines.
Basically, the idea is that reptilians have power over certain points where churches are important
Sure.
churches because they've been using the guys
What kind
of the Catholic
churches?
Church.
Like the Vatican, things like that. Is that
I mean,
how
the Vatican is just the Vatican is
shell?
just a gigantic trampoline room filled with kids' cum all over everything.
makes it tough to trampoline with
Bunch
all
of
the
fancy
jism.
statues with dicks you can suck.
Oh,
That's what they
yeah.
do. They put all these dicks on the statues. The priests can start practicing sucking the dicks on the fucking statue.
Are they little dicks on these statues or
Yeah,
long
really
dogs?
tiny little ones.
Really
they can
tiny.
fucking fit the whole set in their mouths, and the priests are all laughing and spanking each other. Just slapping each other on the back. Congratulations, good work, everybody. And
Now
making
you
the
can
system.
become the priest or a pope if you can suck off as many statues as possible.
If you can make a statue come, then you can become pope.
So sometimes a statue of Mary might weep out of her eyes or something like that. But if you could make a stone statue actually ejaculate, you could be pope.
You are pope.
That's what the gray smoke is. It's statue cum.
Yeah,
They just
well-
put all the potential popes in one room, and the first pope to make a statue cum wins.
Yeah, they
Okay.
play Lowrider on repeat, and they just listen to Lowrider and fucking blow the hell out of it. And then, there's a couple actual kids there to help them warm up.
Oh, yeah, you have to have some eye candy.
Yeah.
No doubt. Or maybe they just start painting a bunch of kids silver. I was like, is he a statue now? Stand real still. Let's pretend.
Back to ley lines.
Yes.
So the idea is that Earth is surrounded in these sacred, powerful lines, this energy grid that the reptilians and humans can harness in order to fight each other. There's also this idea that the ancient Egyptians
Isn't that just like
used these
gravity
ley lines
and things like that? Like,
That plays
Yes.
into it.
okay.
in ways I don't understand. That's the thing, is that every single time I was like, I started getting into the research of it. I mean, like, so how though? What do you mean by energy grid? What does it even mean? And
Right.
no one could tell me anything.
Can I just say this when you talk about your research? Because Henry emailed Marcus and I some documents. Just stop with the green font on your black starry page.
There's just no
It's
reason for it.
impossible to read these websites. I'm just trying. The words aren't hard. The situations are relatively simple to understand, but I just cannot wrap my head around who
It's just all
designed these
the-
websites.
It's like the MySpace graphics on either side of the
Yeah.
dolphins, just like going
I'm
into the
looking at
water.
like the
and
North
just-
Star in the background of this page, and with the green,
It literally hurts my eyes.
it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's got the little Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy guy.
I
like,
hate
it's just, putting out the tongue.
It doesn't make any sense.
The Domino's Noid is just jumping around the page. Half
It's just
the
all
time.
the free clip art you could get.
Stop. Just normal WordPress me.
I do have some information about the grid.
Let's do it.
All right, reality. All of it
What is it?
is a holographic grid program created by consciousness that repeats in cycles and can be best understood by studying sacred geometry. Now,
So why
Couldn't
don't,
be clearer.
why don't I have gold pants? If that's the case, like, why don't I have gold pants right now? You know, if I can make all this up.
Yeah, why don't I have two like floating boobs by my head at any
Yeah.
given point?
I want to record in a studio that looks like a post-apocalyptic Russian world.
Hey
Like,
Ben, you
that's-
want some coffee? You want some milk? And I just reach over and squeeze the breast. It's just like next to me, like yeah. I'm like, oh, it's up for me now.
This is
It's up for
great.
Daddy.
I'm happy we get to create our own world.
I studied a little bit of sacred geometry last night. By studied, I mean I tried to decipher it for a good 5 to 7 minutes. and what I found out is that sacred geometry is the sort of like that plays into ley lines and why
Yes.
certain sites in the world are connected to each other through different parallels. You can draw a line, say, from like Easter Island to ancient Sumeria.
Which is really interesting, and there's a lot of theories about that.
Yeah.
I was reading about that. It's like there's a lot of people who say that that Indians just sort of like they were just roads. These things were built on straight lines because they say how they worked in straight lines. And if they had to walk over a mountain, they would just walk over the mountain because they knew that was just the fastest way to get there. And then there's a lot of also there's another form of thought, which is this idea that the Earth started off as a giant crystal and that like has rounded over time and it's become now the original lines that was the crystal that Earth was at the very beginning, like a gigantic grain of salt
Right.
or
right.
piece of sand on a never-ending cosmic beach.
Sure.
Then now it's
Oh, you're
rounded
getting me
over
going.
time,
Yeah, that's
and now that those lines are still important for some reason.
So people didn't need the highway system that we created with our
No,
overreaching
instead
government.
of cars, they had their feet. And instead of shirts, they had bloody animal skins. And instead of marriage, they had rape. And instead of hats, they had just big skulls that they find in the street. But
Yeah, which doesn't keep me warm at all. It's actually really heavy. But
Humans were bad for
Yes.
a long time.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
they relied on the Lord's highway system. Like, I mean, they're not going to be perfect.
I mean, we're just now starting to come out on the other side, if at all. I mean,
Barely. Oh, no. We just have Nikes and laptops now.
Yeah.
That's
You
all
Just,
we have.
All we needed was distractions to keep from
just-
killing and raping each other.
I just sounded like a communist leader for a second. You with your Nikes and your Reeboks. You listen to your tube visions.
Yeah, and I did mention the Lord's name, so let me just even out the show. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. In physical reality, back to grids for a second, grids are electromagnetic energy, thus creating polarity or duality of experience, always seeking to restore balance and forever in spiraling motion.
Yeah, but what happens when I drop a bunch of pork out of my fucking tray?
You cry?
When I
Number
don't
one.
eat it, when I've already paid for it. Where's the balance then?
The balance is you probably don't need to eat pork, and it's better that it's on the floor.
I don't have any fucking energy grid telling me what I can or cannot eat. I'm an American.
Yep, that's right.
I'm a new American libertarian.
Oh, wow.
You can't tell me I can't put Nikes on.
No one is telling you that. You just don't have any money, sir. You have to leave the store.
I'll wear shoes. You got shoes everywhere. You mean to tell me I just can't
price tag.
have these shoes?
That number is a price tag.
I do what I want. I'm an American.
We're just going to arrest him. You know what?
Well, also in my study of grids, I also found out about this wonderful occult concept known as the 33rd parallel.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the magic number 33. Everything dies.
Yes. The 33rd parallel runs all around the Earth, and it runs through many horrible sites, and it also runs through Tucson, Arizona, where the actual
Which is pretty rough.
It's pretty
bad,
rough.
pretty
It
bad.
runs through the Freemasons were founded on about 15 miles away from the 33rd parallel, and it runs through 8 different death rows.
That's
all
interesting.
around the world. And what it said is that these death rows, when they execute these inmates, the energy from the inmates, quote unquote, bleeds into the 33rd parallel, and it can be used by the Freemasons, who in actual rituals use that to gain energy for themselves.
They just got to figure out that carbon engine. You
That's
know?
a big
They
thing.
gotta
It's just
stop
got to
using
get
the
some
blood.
gasoline.
So
it's
what
the
are
death.
some of-
It's the death. They have the death row in Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina. Abu Ghraib runs through the 33rd
Those are some
parallel.
pretty highly used death rows too.
Yeah.
It's not like your floofy, like nice California.
Yeah, your mom
death
and
row.
pop, like
Exactly.
Mr. and Mrs. Donaldson's death row.
Baghdad runs through the 33rd parallel. A lot of bad
Yikes.
shit happened there.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill Clinton's birthplace of Hope, Arkansas.
Abu Ghraib, Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
What's worse?
And he, by the way, has been associated with human sacrifice, for he has sacrificed a newborn baby to achieve power and avoid being removed from office during the Lewinsky scandal.
Absolutely. It
I agree
certainly
with
did
that.
that. And it's just not just money.
It's fine,
Yeah.
Bill had to do what Bill had to do. People
Yeah.
were trying to chase him out of there. Sometimes you
thing.
got to kill a baby to be.
If you want to get a secret blowjob, you know what I mean? Look at
Absolutely.
Anthony Weiner. He didn't kill a fucking baby.
kill a baby,
And that's what happens, because when
but
you
then
don't
he
kill
just
a baby,
had a baby though. So we'll see if that
fucking
baby
slice
sticks
that
around.
baby's throat. Because then sometimes if you send an accidental dick pic of yourself now to your millions of followers, it'll just mysteriously disappear.
So will a baby. So what are some other horrific stories that situations that happened on the 33rd parallel?
Nashville runs through Nashville, Tennessee.
Ooh, bad.
And Nashville has a famous clock tower that is believed by occultists to be a replica of Trans-Dimensional Stargate in Iraq.
It's just a replica. It's not even the real one.
And-
No,
and-
let me just
It's like a
ask.
planet
And
in
then
Hollywood.
no,
or like,
no. The 33rd parallel runs through Iraq as well. So it is, in essence, linking the 33rd parallel. It is linking Nashville to Baghdad. And Nashville is also the possible home of secrets pertaining to the Holy Grail.
No, this is my question. This is my question.
What?
Is there a picture? I just want to know. Is there a picture of this Stargate clock tower from Iraq?
It's the equivalent of the Statue of Liberty in Las Vegas. It's a replica.
Las Vegas is in direct alignment with Nashville, Tennessee.
God, I feel like everything is just on the 33rd parallel.
And the pyramids in what's that, Egypt, they run through the 33rd parallel.
Okay.
And 9 plus 1 and 32 stories, that is going to back to Tennessee. That equals the pyramid on the US dollar with the missing 33rd story.
Someone just got really upset when all of his Heroes Season 2 got deleted from his DVR, and sat down and wrote all this.
Yeah, and
that is why these remote controls need to be made less oil resistant.
Barbara,
because
this is-
when I'm eating chicken wings and my fingers are slip sliding all over these remote controls, I need grip marks.
Grip marks.
Grip bumps.
Grip bumps. Think about it. Barb, I told you, don't put my DVD collection all over your magnet collection. It erases my DVD collection.
But my magnet collection's like my children.
Why are we together?
And of course, it all comes back to the Jews.
No. Hello, all of our Jewish listeners. We love you very, very much. The 33rd parallel has given you a bad rap.
What are these horn devils doing now?
Zionism may have been born on the 33rd parallel. In 1840, an allegation was made that Jews were kidnapping and engaged in ritual murder of 2 Christians in Damascus, Syria, a city like Baghdad, right at the heart of the 33rd
That's the thing,
parallel.
it's a city just like Baghdad.
No,
Think about
Syria,
it.
Damascus in Syria, the site of the Arab Spring, is on the 33rd parallel.
Well, I
just
mean,
don't
you
know.
that's
I'm just starting to think that he's
indisputable.
calling everything the 33rd parallel.
Well,
I
there's
just
a lot.
feel like-
It's a big parallel.
it's a large
It goes
parallel
all across the earth, and a lot of bad things happen on the earth.
That's also happened on the 32nd parallel.
It's also
and
happened on
the 34th
32nd
parallel.
Street in New York City.
2 Christians getting killed? Yeah, that happens every day on every parallel.
It goes through Mitten, France, where Aleister Crowley once lived.
He's not evil.
Yeah.
He was fun.
Alistair? He was a bit of a sex demon, don't you think?
He had a great time.
I mean, I don't
He
know if
had
all
it
the
all
girls that he
figured out.
had sweet, not necessarily legal intercourse with. were
They
having
knew
a great
what
time.
was going on.
I mean, they did know what was going on.
signed
but
the
most
forms.
victims do. I don't think he had a
Yeah,
disclosure
when you
deal.
get to the top of the club, you have to sign the form
He's
and you
the-
get a card.
No,
You know what you're
He's
doing.
not Michael Jordan, buddy. He
You
didn't
read the newsletter.
I
you
mean,
looked
I
through the
did.
minutes of the meetings. You saw the pictures of the history wall.
I mean, yeah, sure. I've read everything.
I
but
mean, one
I just never saw
actually.
any documents that had to be signed.
I mean, despite all the crazy stuff, the actual the thing that I find interesting most is about the 33rd parallel is the connection with the death penalty.
Yeah.
Is that all of the states that the 33rd parallel runs through is allows the death penalty. All the countries that the 33rd parallel runs through allows the death penalty.
Well, half those countries have the death penalty as a reward. I mean, that sounds
Well,
like
you
they're
could also look at that
goddamn
as a sort
miserable
of
places.
like a chicken and the egg scenario, where it's like you could say
You
that
want to
those
eat both,
things-
number one. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Trick question. Henry came first.
Have you ever made a chicken omelet? Mommy and baby. But which is my favorite. But you
I'm
could
bringing
also,
the family back together.
But you could say that these 33rd parallel lines could maybe bring bad things out in people, but also maybe it's just it's a self-ratifying situation.
Sure.
Well, and one last thing about the 33rd parallel runs through Dallas, Texas, where JFK was assassinated, and every president since 1944 has died on the somewhere along the 33rd parallel in a state that is bisected by the 33rd parallel.
Also, it's where the 10-gallon hat was invented, and then
really
everyone
bad.
knows that the 10-gallon hat is the most racist hat.
That's right. And if you take a 10-gallon hat plus a 10-gallon hat plus a 10-gallon hat plus a 3-gallon hat, you got yourself a 33 parallel gallon
Yeah,
hat.
I got a 3-gallon hat all on my balls.
and
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
that's-
33rd parallel
a little
is
bit crusty.
a Masonic conspiracy.
It could be.
Yeah, because
could.
33 is the highest level of Masonic
Except for the
Masonism.
super secret levels above it.
Does it anything to do with the Christ death at 33 or Chris Farley's death at 33 or anything like that?
Yeah, I always think, I wonder if it also has anything to do with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Mans or any other sort of fake things.
It also runs
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, the longitude and latitude lines for the center of Jerusalem add up to the biblical number of 666.
No, it is more like Jerusalem. Jerusalem.
No,
they're
that's
Jelusing
not
me. Get out of Syria, Israel. It's bad for all of us.
Oh yeah. No, thanks for starting World War III. We always love it. Oh god, they're just like that little brother who goes and picks
They're
on the biggest
Holden.
bully, and then they're like, "Hey, can you go back me up, guys?" And it's like, "How about we don't?"
Yeah.
That would be great.
So let's now take the. So my research here began to take me into the world, deeper into the world of the New Age. Now,
I have a
everybody,
feeling there was
before
some-
we even get into this part of
Okay.
of this podcast, pop the shirt off. All right, because you
God.
cannot do this. It's like go stand near a beach, stick them toes in the sand, because you're about to get a little relaxed.
I was gonna say arrested. It's not,
If you're on the train.
yeah. Just leave your shirt on.
Just do it. Just
If
take
you're
your
dri-
shirt off and enjoy yourself.
Depending on your current life situation, listen to Henry, and then otherwise listen to me. If you're in a spot where you will be beaten with batons, leave your shirt on.
My advice, if you're driving, pull over before you take your shirt off.
I
That's
say
a good idea.
anywhere
Yeah.
you're listening to this podcast is a free speech zone.
Yes, it is a free speech zone. I don't know if it's a free hairy navel zone. We'll see.
So I was researching, and a part of what they're talking about is the things that are especially sensitive to these Earth grids, besides the ancient Egyptians and the horned Zionists, are these
You're really taking them to the task today. All right.
dolphins. Now,
Dolphins.
dolphins are
They're
beautiful
sweet,
creatures.
right? They're cuddly. Don't do anything wrong.
They rape.
They
But there's a lot of talk, how sensitive they are. They're incredible creatures. And there's a lot of people. There's a great website. You should go check it out called dolphinwave.org. Really peaceful. Some great imagery on there. Some great MIDI files.
Do you feel like
really
the
relaxing.
The entertainment business has done a lot to push this sort of flipper version of the dolphin.
Oh yeah, how innocent and quote unquote, I can't see my finger quotes, innocent.
He is doing the finger quotes,
These
very tiny,
dolphins
fat
are-
quotes. Yeah.
Size 97 font quotes. That's what they are.
That's about right.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the idea. Hollywood has definitely framed the argument in
Okay.
Dolphins' favor.
Why not
That's for
whales?
certain. But there are some sinister ideas towards the Dolphins.
Okay.
Before we get into the peaceful things,
Yes.
I was reading a very illuminating article online about how, yes, the United States has been visited and has had contact with over 12 different races of alien kind.
Races or species?
Species.
Okay.
You could also say, but you could say races.
I mean, I don't know.
Let's go species.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
species.
you would never say, Native Americans is a different species because you're going to get put on a couple of blogs. You know, so
Couple of
which
lady
I
blogs.
understand.
Not gonna like it.
So the
Oh,
I heard we're Jezebel's favorite website.
Yeah, no, Exotrain
favorite
really loves
favorite
it.
podcast.
And then I'm going to
Salon.
put them on my blog because I have to ask the question: Who watches The Watchmen? I do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of belief that that one of these, what is considered the most sinister and nefarious alien species, the Gray,
Right.
may be descendants from these dolphins.
This is one of my personal favorite little theories out here. How is the Gray a descendant of the dolphins?
using sonar to stun people.
Right, because
Now,
the Grays
what they
do
s-
use sonar.
Yeah,
and now
as do dolphins.
As do dolphins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
As
I
do
did not know that.
whales.
As
Do
do the whales.
dolphins you actually
They
use their
sonar.
sonar
Yeah.
to
That's
stun
how they get
people?
around.
I mean,
No,
not,
and
to,
not
stun.
to stun. It's
they
we-
use it to find fishies.
It says that they kill fish with it.
They
No.
might. They could.
I don't.
Guys, I think you're wrong. I read this article. I forget the name of the website.
I'm going to go to a
I put
a
it up-
reputable article.
See.
Oh, you want to look at a reputable article?
Let's see if the dolphin sonar can kill fish. I believe that it probably could. A small
no
fish at a
fucking
short
way.
range. Sure,
Right?
why
It's
not?
sound navigation.
It's sound
Sound
navigation.
Yeah, they send out the sounds and wait for the sounds to bounce off of other objects and come back the same way an echo bounces back to us in a cave. So
Yeah,
they
it's
can
the-
find
well,
they
they're
walk
not, they're
around
not
the-
humans. They can't use their eyes. They can't use their iPhone.
Well, their
when
eyes are
when
on
I
the
want fish, I go to Yelp.
their eyes are on the side of their heads.
They just walk around like a blind kid on 23rd Street, banging around everything.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of good.
help
So,
me, help me.
You know, hey kid, I don't know you.
How do
don't
I get to Chinatown? I need fish.
Oh, the
Smell your
no,
way there.
This is a great website. It's www.qtm.net/Guyber/dolphins are grays? Question mark.
I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the wonderful article by Dr. Richard Butler
Oh
called
no, you put the doctor on there. It's just Richard Butler.
Well, I assume when I'm reading an academic paper that it's going to be written by a doctor.
Now,
Yeah,
this comes from personal investigation of over 24 abduction cases, in-depth interviews with over 50 alleged abductees. So he's putting the skepticism
Sure.
in there. General interviews with over 75 alleged abductees. I just don't understand the personal investigation, in-depth interview, general interview. What's the difference?
I don't know.
It's whether or not he has pants on.
I guess it's whether he has pants on or if they go on a second
When
date.
he's
I think
reading
it's,
about this online.
It's phone, handwritten letter, face to face.
Face to face.
Okay.
And then awkward touch, bizarre hug, and then slowly
now,
back
who's
away and
to
get away from this guy.
Who's to say that dolphins couldn't evolve into the grays?
Yeah, that's exactly
First,
right.
let us examine the physical characteristics. The skin of a gray is
Gray.
similar to that of a dolphin. It's gray.
Yes.
The response to the
Nailed it.
environment. On Earth, the dolphins evolved legs and arms to function on land, but later returned to the oceans. Where's your facts? I'm not sure.
I don't know. They
I
just-
don't know. I don't know if that is real.
They just got out, saw a mountain, were like, we're going to go back and reverse 1 billion years of evolution.
The eyes of grays are described as large and black with what appears to be a protective shielding covering the eye. Many Earth aquatic animals have developed protective outer eye shields
For the salt water.
underwater use. It is possible that this is a leftover attribute from the gray's ocean origins.
I mean, dolphins' eyes are tiny, though,
Yeah.
and on the sides of their head.
It's not real. None of it is real.
Dolphins have to just, figure out some good. They got to get those sweet glasses.
This is really interesting. All right, now we all look at the behavioral similarities. Earth's dolphins use sonar to navigate and stun both prey and enemies.
Sure.
The stun effect is which is spelled AFFECT, is of particular interest to us. Dolphins can emit a very powerful and focused ultrasonic burst from the front portion of their skulls.
Oh, I thought that was
use
gonna go
this
fart. I thought for
stun
sure there was gonna be a
prey-
fart joke.
No, I don't. They use this to stun prey and to stun enemies such as sharks and barracuda.
I don't think they can do that.
No, listen. He said it right here. I once saw a film of a group of dolphins using this ability on a very large barracuda.
It was on Sci-Fi at 1 a.m.
The barracuda
It's called
was
Dolphin versus
swimming-
Barracuda.
No, it was swimming towards a bunch of baby dolphins.
Mario
Four large-
Lopez was there, and the rest of the cast from what was that? What was that? Hotel California Dreams.
Yeah.
Remember that show?
I just cannot.
It was the worst.
This beam could. So now back to the Greys, and the idea is like this beam can be controlled to produce a stun effect, as in the case of the Barracuda. The result was a physical paralysis and orientation. I believe that this is the very same technique used by the Greys in abductions. That's case closed.
Case closed. Close it up, indeed.
So what you're saying is that greys evolved from dolphins, but that's the thing, though.
Well,
is that-
cetaceans.
okay.
That's what they say. It's like undersea creatures.
Oh, all right. Because I was going to ask the question, people say that, humans are evolved from monkeys. That is not true. We are evolved from a common ancestor, meaning that in order for this to be true, then dolphins and greys had to evolve from a certain ancestor and not dolphins becoming greys. See what I mean?
Think about
No.
that. I see it. But now these
So
dolphins,
there has to be a missing link in here somewhere.
we'll have to find it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
So
out.
let's now go back to the cuddlier, touchier side
that's
of
the
dolphins and how they can help us.
Sure, they can stun large sharks with sonar, and they can rape and rape
No,
and
do-
rape,
no,
but they
no, no,
also
no, no.
have a nice
Dolphins are
sweet-
like the dolphins. They're so sweet, and they're in touch with us, and they're better than us.
Why?
Dolphins
how are they
are better than
How
us.
are they better than us?
Because they're in the water, and
Yeah.
they got stickers. You make stickers of dolphins.
Do you think that they have like human stickers, like we have dolphin stickers, and they put them on their little dolphin
I think they
lockers?
just like draw like crude stick figures of humans in the undersea dirt,
Yeah.
and then just cross them out to their
They don't like
babies,
us.
and they're like, "Yes, we must be scared of the humans." Because can you imagine how delicious a fucking dolphin must be?
Oh, dolphins probably
Fucking
taste great, but
slice
I think
it
if
up.
you're a dolphin, a small child must taste 1,000 times better. Bones not all formed yet,
But
just a bunch of fat.
So there's a lot of people that believe that these dolphins are very psychically connected to energy grids,
Right.
and we want to take everyone through a sort of meditational sequence. We're learning about
But
this.
why do they think that? Because they have just the way that they flow through the ocean.
I have no fucking
Okay.
clue. What I was also reading about is this dolphin wave thing does this thing where they take, which just sounds wrong. They take wheelchair kids and kids with cancer. They put scuba gear on them. They take them under the ocean to go meet the dolphins.
Right.
And then the dolphins come jab their heads at them for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
then leave, and then they take them up, and they're like, and their behaviors radically change, and it's just like, well, they just saw a 2-ton animal, and it kind of like
terrifying.
nipped at their face. I'm
Yeah.
sure, and they can barely communicate because they're locked inside their bodies because they got Asperger's. I'm sure it
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Especially because they're already looking at us like we're a bunch of weird squiggly blobs.
One
Like
boy just
we're
looked at me.
scary to them.
He just
so then when
kept-
they see another thing.
He just kept on mouthing, "Leave me down here. Leave me down here. Life on Earth is so bad."
There's a lot of people think that we have a lot to learn from dolphins, and let's maybe want to put on some music.
Yeah.
And then let's everybody relax.
Is this
Take
a
your
meditation?
shirts off. Yeah, just
Again with the shirts off.
pack a bowl.
Well, if you're
Just fucking get a Mai Tai.
if you suffer from headaches or if it's for a medical situation,
If you got glaucoma,
pack up a bowl.
take off your shoes.
Well,
Just keep most of your clothes on. I don't know
Put your-
why you try to
you
get
ever
our.
just
Are you
put
always
your
just trying to get
finger-
the audience naked? This is how you relax.
This is what I do.
Yeah, you can be fully relaxed in slippers.
I will have
everybody.
everyone know that 100% of information that is being spoken on this podcast
It's all
has
learned
come
naked.
from naked research.
Yes, we know that. Everybody freaking knows that. Jesus Christ.
we are now going to delve into what is known as the Golden Water Dolphin Meditation for Planetary Healing.
Golden water. A businessman's tub.
Is that it? Taft got stuck in a tub.
I mean, golden water just sounds like a bizarre business trip.
For
The
prep-
pee-pee bucket dolphin meditation.
No, you go sleep in the pee-pee bucket. I'm already resting there.
It's so relaxing and so warm. It's like sitting in a bunch of hot wine.
Yeah, that's just sake, isn't it?
Let's go through preparation first, because you can't do this half-cocked. You must be
Let me
prepared.
prepare.
The ideal way to experience the meditation is while you stand in or near a body of water.
Okay.
That's
If-
good. But what if you're not near a body of water?
If you're not near a body of water and you are doing the meditation indoors, it can be done with a bowl of water.
Can't laugh. This is meditation.
Bowl of water. I mean,
Place-
it's like being near the ocean.
dip my toe in.
Place a clear quartz, imperial topaz, or other crystal or stone in your choice
They
in the
wouldn't
water.
happen to have like a shop online that I can order one of those just in case I need one?
They absolutely do.
They absolutely.
That is
Interesting.
That would be in the product and service catalog
good.
section of
Good.
dolphinempowerment.com.
Dolphin empowerment. Goodness gracious. Dolphins are going to take over soon.
If you're indoors, the water in the bowl and the crystal or stone can later be taken and placed in a larger body of water to then merge.
You can put a stone anywhere.
With all the water of planet Earth, the crystal will assist in anchoring and maintaining the energy.
And when Murray comes home from work and he sees the bowl of water just sitting out, how's he going to feel he's working 12 hours a day at the fucking mill?
Next thing you know, your dog's eating up a bunch of crystals. Licking it with his tongue.
So now that you have your crystals and your bowl of water ready, the meditation can begin.
Okay.
Begin by standing with your feet about hip distance apart and your knees slightly bent. Close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths.
Is this how you shoot a free throw also?
Dip your butt in the bowl. Pick up the quartz with your butt.
See yourself surrounded by a golden bubble of protection. It is
Just a big bubble
filled
of pee. It's a
with
big,
golden white light.
so much gold.
Visualize the skies opening up above you and a column of golden shimmering light coming down and touching you on the top of your head.
I heard that R. Kelly was saying the same thing to that 14-year-old girl.
Tiny gold sparkles begin coming down the column of light.
I feel like this is how Donald Trump just designs all of his buildings.
Now say, please fill my body and energy field with any colors, geometries, tones, or other vibrations that would assist me to raise my vibration and attain wholeness and wellness. Wait until it feels complete.
I'm just gonna
yeah.
just try flax. Just have some flax if you
I
want.
love how sexy this is.
it's hot.
I'm a dolphin.
Imagine it beginning to excite and energize all the water molecules in your body.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
see that where it is entering the ocean, the water is beginning to glow. Each molecule is being filled with divine love energy and is being reborn into its most pure and pristine form.
This would also be a great monologue over a kick-in like electronic beat.
Oh yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
The glow begins to spread out in every direction. This healing energy is cleaning up the pollution. It is regenerating the entire ecosystem from the streams that feed the lakes, to the rivers, to the oceans, all over the planet. Hold this image for a moment.
What? Which one?
Cleaning the thing with your brain.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Suddenly, you become aware that you are not the only person on the shore.
Who's there?
There are hundreds of thousands of people all over the planet that are also standing with their palms outstretched.
And they're laughing
sending-
at your small penis. They're laughing at you. They're all laughing at your small, weird-looking balls.
Now that all the humans are connected with you, send another beam of light out of your outstretched palm towards the ocean. This time, imagine it finding and energizing a whale or a dolphin. See it enter their heart and then spread throughout their body.
And then shoot at their ass.
Imagine them beginning to glow with the golden light of love.
Ah, nice.
That's what all the ladies do with me, man. Post coitus.
Yeah, shit out their ass.
All the humans and all the cetaceans, that would be whales. If
Okay.
you don't know.
Cetaceans.
Yeah.
The study of whales is known as cephalogy.
Oh, interesting.
I've read Moby Dick.
Okay.
They are now one. The radiance of this light becomes so intense
They're all
that
just
the...
like one blob, one disgusting,
yeah,
like
yeah.
hammered together dolphin and whale blob.
Oh, yeah.
Call it a dollop.
Okay.
If you've ever read Animal Man, it's like when Barnaby spews all those monkeys together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
The radiance of this light becomes so intense that the entire Earth is bathed in the golden light, and it begins to radiate out into the atmosphere around the planet. The light begins to pulse, and the Earth The oceans, the cetaceans, and all of humanity are penetrated at the deepest level.
Marcus is really getting into this, everybody. You got to see him. You should have seen him pulsating right there. That was remarkable.
Feel what it's like to be one with the dolphins and whales. Feel the pulse of the golden light radiating.
I'm drowning. I'm a human, after all.
Shut up, Ben. I want to be a dolphin. I want to be a whale.
Now that you have become one with the dolphins and whales, tell them anything you wish for them to know.
I
Then-
eat my boogers.
You know,
Can you keep a secret, dolphin? Sometimes I eat peanut butter when I'm in the bathroom.
That's
taking
very
a dookie.
can we get these humans out of here already? They got to stop doing that goddamn chant where they
They are
come to meet us.
creeping me every single time they come to
Disgusting.
tell me their fucking secrets. It's always something disgusting.
We literally live in a large toilet covered in shit and salt.
Sometimes I wrap pantyhose around my fucking balls until they get numb, and then my dick
Is
blood.
Dennis Rader here with us now? Is everybody doing these?
I just
damn
need to say
meditations?
something to the dolphins and the fucking whales.
You know what, BTK? We're gonna ask you to leave. We're gonna have to ask you to leave. You're not a whale.
But after you've told the dolphins and the whales what you want them to know, ask the dolphins if they have a special message for you.
Yeah, so you just pin her down, and then they try to fight at first, no doubt.
Hey, buddy, can you get me a Domino's pizza? Because I'm not getting any fucking cell phone reception here. I mean, I got this phone. It's a shell. It's a big conch shell. So if you could just
How'd you find out
give me
about Domino's Pizza?
Just don't even remember. Just even remember. I'm psychic. It's an energy grid thing. Just get me a.
Are you Jewish?
Meat lovers pizza, please. Have you met my wife?
Weird. She's just a big whale. Nah, just get it for her. It's the cutest little dolphin with the
I love
fattest
her.
whale wife. Yeah, I can tell. You must.
After you've asked the dolphin if they have a special message for you, wait for a few minutes in silence while you receive their message. It may come as a voice, an image,
Let's wait.
or
Can we wait for
an
it?
internal knowing.
Okay,
Let us wait.
Let's just wait. Do you hear anything from the dolphins yet?
I mean,
I know my stomach is a little upset from that sausage and cheese biscuit.
that's not
I
the
ate.
dolphin, though. That's a
I
sausage
thought that
and
was the
cheese
inner
biscuit.
knowing that they were talking
No,
about.
that's your bad heart and your stomach problems. Let's see.
You need to take your pills.
You need to take a pill, yeah. I got something from a whale.
What is it?
What?
Turns out, whales love big black asses, man. Because I can't stop thinking about them, dude.
Like big butts and I cannot lie.
Oh, yeah. This whale is putting some great imagery in my head right now.
He
It's not just
loves-
the porno I watched last
Wait,
night.
how did the whales answer you yet if you have not yet asked them?
Because I asked them internally.
No, we're gonna ask the. I think have to
Okay.
ask
Yeah,
the whale.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
now
We
we have
asked
to
the
ask the whale.
dolphins.
You know what, guys?
Apparently, maybe
I'm sorry
you-
you caught me, and I this is not a podcast where we lie to each other. We're all friends, and I didn't get contacted by a whale, and I'm sorry that I made that up, and I'll never lie to our listeners or
We're
to
searching
you guys
for
again.
truth.
I know, and we start muddling up with lies. No one's gonna believe it when we actually tell the truth.
Now ask the whales if they have a special message for you. Wait for a few minutes in silence while you receive their message.
Still getting that black asses thing. So
Maybe it's true. maybe it's true. Maybe you're special. We don't know. Maybe
He said
the-
it's an inner knowing.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it could also be what you're looking at on your phone right now
Sure.
as we do the podcast.
Yeah.
now take a deep breath and open your eyes.
Thank God.
Smile, knowing you have made a difference.
Oh my God! You make
take-
more of a difference giving a penny to the Salvation Army. That's amazing.
Take your water and your crystal or stone and place it in a larger body of water. Feel free to photocopy and share this meditation with others.
Which I just don't understand. It's on a computer screen. What do you mean photocopy and share it with others?
Well, you have to print it out if you're gonna do
no, you
it.
don't. You just keep it on your fucking computer.
Yeah, how are you gonna meditate if you're staring at your computer screen all the time? Fucking Gmail's popping up and telling you have a new message.
Yeah, you got
You know,
to print
that's-
it out.
I don't
You
think
have
these
to print
people
it
are
out.
getting a lot of emails.
Not tons of emails from.
They're getting a lot of
pharmaceutical companies.
newsletters.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of
true.
news.
Yeah.
That is true.
No doubt.
They're
about
getting a lot of updates.
Do we have time to get into Indigo Children?
Do we have time, Ben?
Yeah, we have a little bit of time. I mean,
I just want to get into the most obnoxious. This is the Indigo Children. This is this idea that there is a new race of beautiful, magical children that have been started getting bored in 1980, and they are just perfect.
Okay, so we're just changing gears entirely here.
Yes, these are things like the dolphins. The Indigo Children have an intricate, immediate understanding of the Earth's energy.
Ability
line.
of sonar?
No.
No. Okay.
Not that we know of.
Not that we know
because
of
they're
quite yet.
mysterious and they hold secrets.
Ah, yes.
But this is this idea of various aura readers was like talking about how they're starting to see this new color they had never seen. They started seeing indigo, and you find out it's just kids that are just too fucking precious for the world.
So, do these kids
They're
self-define
the next race of
themselves as-
human being.
Do
Yes,
they
do.
self-define as
We
indigo,
should
or
also-
do people say that they are?
When you go to the end of that website, go through some of the Facebook comments of people talking about them being indigo children.
and they're just precious
well, they're
kids.
just so happy
Okay.
that they found it. Did you see the Facebook things?
Well, do you want to go through the behavioral patterns of indigos first so
Yes,
we can know?
definitely.
All right.
This is also, because you may be an indigo child.
You might be.
You are
might not
part
know
of the saving grace of humankind. If you're listening to this podcast, I mean, you're already one of the elite.
Oh, definitely.
You have exquisite taste.
Oh, yeah.
You love comedy, you love information, you love knowing how we will one day rule the world.
You pity us in
Sure,
many
there's
ways.
There's some of that.
There's
some
that's
of that.
in there,
Well, they are born feeling and knowing that they are special and should be revered.
Mm-hmm.
An indigo knows they belong here as they are and expect you to realize it as well. These children are more confident and have a higher sense of self-worth. Absolute authority, the kind with no choices, negotiation, or input from them does not sit well. The educational system is a good example. Some of the rules we so carefully followed as children seem silly to them and they fight them. Rigid ritualistic systems are considered archaic to an indigo child. They feel everything should be given creative thought. They are insightful and often have a better idea of method than what has been in place for years. This makes them seem like system busters. Adults often view an indigo as antisocial unless they are with other indigos. Often they feel lost and misunderstood, which causes them to go within. The old control methods like, wait till your father gets home, have no effect on these children.
Not a bit.
Understand.
The fulfillment
Unless their
of their
father is Tom York from Radiohead. They listen to him.
Oh, absolutely, because he's
Super indigo.
he's expanding.
The fulfillment of their personal needs is important to them, and they will let you know. Now, here is how
I don't know. I feel like I'm an indigo. I feel like I'm an indigo child. I love that.
You mean you're
Is
a
it
little
all-
prick?
Yeah, basically every negative quality that I have was just described.
It's just describing like girls. You might as well
Pretty
just call
much.
the show "Girls Indigo Children" or call like it's like all of NYU's undergrad school.
Every hipster girl I've ever met, no doubt about that.
Here's how you know that your child is an indigo child. They are strong-willed, born in 1978 or later,
You're a
headstrong.
bad parent. Number 4, bad
Yes.
parent.
Yeah, creative with an artistic flair for music, jewelry making, and poetry, etc. Prone to addictions. That's you, Ben.
Oh yeah.
That's you,
And
buddy.
me.
I'm pretty good with pottery too, but a lot of people don't give me credit for that.
Your jewelry is quite beautiful.
Yeah, no one's ever
It's
seen
just
it.
like a bunch of bent metal rods.
Yeah. You could technically wear it though.
An old soul as if they're 13 going on 43. Intuitive or psychic, possibly with a history of seeing angels or deceased people. An isolationist, either through aggressive acting out or through fragile introversion. Independent and proud, even if they're constantly asking you for money. Possess a deep desire to help the world in a big way, wavers between low self-esteem and grandiosity, bores easily, has probably been diagnosed as having ADD, prone to insomnia, restless
I was
sleep,
diagnosed ADHD.
yeah, or ADHD.
Super indigo.
Uh-huh. Has a history of depression or even suicidal thoughts or attempts.
Ben!
Every day.
Looks for real, deep, and lasting friendships, easily bonds with plants or animals. If you possess 14 or more of these traits, you are an indigo. If you only have 11 to 13, you're probably an indigo in training.
So fucking retarded.
And if
right.
if you're an adult with these traits, you could be a light worker.
And here is this is from the woman who created the term indigo child, Nancy Ann Tapp. She lives in she has the fake career of telling people what colors their auras are.
Good.
And this is from her mouth. Usually, each universal age is accompanied by a preponderance of people with that life color. For instance, now, most adults are either blue or violet, the two colors with the attributes most needed in this violet age of transition. During the next age, the indigo age, indigo colors will be the norm. The indigo phenomenon has been recognized as one of the most exciting changes in human nature ever documented in society.
This makes me understand the judges during the Salem witch trials because I just want to internally yell, "Burn her!
Burn her!
Burn this woman!"
The indigo label describes the energy pattern of human behavior which exists in over 95% of the children born in the last 10 years. The phenomenon, you know those kids that fucking harass you on the train
Yeah,
when they
because
get
they
off
have
the...
terrible parents.
They're
and
indigo
very
children.
entitled. Yeah.
Yes.
They're the reason America's going to fail and we're loose to the Chinese and the Russians.
This phenomenon is happening globally, and eventually the indigos will replace all other colors.
It's not true.
As small children, indigos are easy to recognize by their unusually large, clear eyes. Extremely bright, precocious children with an amazing memory and strong desire to live instinctively. These children of the next millennium are sensitive, gifted souls with an evolved consciousness who have come here to help change the vibrations of our lives and create one land, one globe, and one species.
They're fat.
The NWO.
And
that's what that is.
NWO.
That's the fucking
Full-
New World Order.
Absolutely.
That's
Full
what
of
they're
indigo.
saying.
I agree.
That's exactly what, we just fucking cracked it. That's it. And they're trying to
Indigo
reverse.
kids
They're
are creating the
trying to-
new NWO. They need to be stopped now. If you see an indigo kid,
Fucking shoot him in the head.
you suspect somebody of being an indigo kid, talk
Lynch
to
him up on a rope.
Exactly. If he hangs and dies, he was not an indigo kid.
I got a feeling the indigos die real fucking easy.
Real easy. Put him in. Yeah. I don't even.
Don't say put them in camps.
No.
No, like sleeping camps, like summer camps.
Put them in a room full of bees. That's what I say. Get them stung to death. They're fat. Their kids are dumb. They're fat. And they don't have their brains are worse now because they're all downloaded immediately. We had to remember phone numbers growing up, things like that. Kids are dumber than we.
Kids are pieces of shit now.
Terrible creatures.
Well, the thing is, the indigo children are starting to be born. 10 years before Henry?
Yeah.
Were you born in 88?
What?
87.
84.
84?
Yeah.
We're all old. We're all
Yeah, I'm
old
old.
men.
Ah, what do you know? You're a young soul.
Certainly not 13. I'm no indigo. I'm a black.
It's going to be bizarre when you're
Black
63
rock.
going on 12. May I have more muffins?
I'll tell you this, in these Facebook comments down there, indigo children really really like to say lol.
Yeah, you read the top one of that one
Yeah.
fucking fat dumbass at the very top.
Had a doctor friend who was interested in us indigos. So is Chad Huffman 40
Yeah.
years old? Yeah.
Chad Hoffman at 40. Oh, all right. Good job, Chad Hoffman.
So I thought I would get on here and print her something off since it's so hard to explain. And I must admit, I became more interested in the comments people had to make. Oh, wait, that's comments spelled wrong. Comments. One person said he studied the whole DNA thing, and I have to agree. There's nothing that's going to show a specific DNA change in one particular group of people, but I'm proof there's a new form human coming on this planet. Indigo children have no concept of capitalization, punctuation.
They don't need it. They
Or
don't need any
grammar.
of this. Just they
It
don't need
doesn't
to
matter.
wait till dad comes home.
Because they're ADHD or ADD and they didn't listen in class. And sometimes you have to understand,
but
just
when
a
you're not
few little
listening, you're
things.
more important. That's what I learned.
dumb.
I didn't listen either. I didn't do any work, and I passed all the tests. I'm great.
Yeah, me
I'm an
too.
indigo child.
Right. I'm sure you picked up a couple of key punctuation marks, though.
You read a very good email.
I do. I do.
Solid email.
I mean, no capitalization on anything, but
Well, that's just to keep it fucking casual.
Sad, yeah.
man.
Why is the first letter in this word more important than the second or the third or the fourth letter in this word?
Thank you, E.E. Cummings.
Thank you.
Well, it has nothing to do with our DNA, he says.
No, it
It has
doesn't.
to do with what has come instilled in our hearts. One thing that scares
The
me,
real
though,
stuff.
Because your
how
father
it's-
worked too much. Whenever he saw you, he just gave you whatever you wanted.
and this is
That's what happened. That's all this is. This is awful.
one thing that scares me, though, is how it seems it's cool to be an indigo. It's one thing to find out and feel happiness to find out it's possible that you're an indigo child. But if you think it's cool, then you're no more an indigo child than you are a yellow child. I think that's racist.
I think that's racist. That's just straight up racism.
Trust
you calling yellow?
Now you're making him more racist. That's good.
It's not such a fun thing. Can you imagine being so hypersensitive and intuitive that you literally can't watch the news or read a newspaper because you can't stomach all the negativity or
Read.
watch
You
what
can't,
humans...
you can't read.
You can't read. Or watch what humans are doing to each other or have a hard time going into public because you can feel what's going on in everyone's heads. And trust me, it's not good most of the time.
Can we just get back to dolphin rape? I hate the indigo kids. I hate everything about this conversation.
Don't get me wrong, it's a wonderful gift, but to truly be a true indigo translates into how to truly understand how much pain there is on the planet and what we have to do to
understand
change it all. It's one thing to have
Shut
the traits
up,
of an
Chad.
indigo and another thing to be one, but it's not ice cream and lollipops.
I'm gonna punch
It's
this guy in the fucking
It's
face.
a disturbing privilege. What is the use of these people?
There is none. There is no
Like,
use.
what is that? I think
We need to fight an active. They want
I
to bring
know.
about the NWO. These are the type of people that are the foot soldiers for the NWO. All right, they're watching the Mindy Culling project on television. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing.
I
They're
know
out
it.
there.
I know it.
What's the name of that show?
The Mindy Project.
They're watching that show.
I know it.
They're watching Jay Leno.
They love
They're
it.
giving him ratings.
They love
They
it.
chose Seth Meyers to be the new late night host.
No, we
That's
need
what they
to
want.
eradicate indigo children.
The indigo
and
children are the
people
problem.
from the world. I totally agree with you, and they're the first. It's the first war that needs to be fought in the global coming war with the reptilian and NWO overlords. We got to start.
I'm starting
You
to
know.
think that these reptilians know what's going on.
They
And
definitely do.
They
That's why
want
they
to
created
destroy
these stupid little indigo people. They plant these little dumb seeds.
so
in their
you
head.
are saying the indigo people are disinformation made flesh.
Yes.
The indigo people are
Right.
pawns used by the reptilian overlords that are going to be just basically meat.
And
that we're going to have
softening
to
the
saw through
message.
to get to the actual people in power.
They're softening the NWO message.
awful.
Okay, I got it.
All right, everybody. Well, we got to well, thank you so much for listening. Hail Gain.
I'll say
Hail Satan.
Hail
thank
Satan.
you to Corey Griffin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Corey
You're
Griffin
coming
was-
out to my roast,
that
which was so
very
sweet.
nice.
It was so nice to see.
Indeed. Hail Satan. Hail yourselves, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Hail! Megustalations.
Meg
Oh, yeah,
Gustalations.
Megustalations.